Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? I am really hoping that life is great, now that you can see my beautiful eyes. No, not really. So what is the plan for today? Well, today we're going to have a fusion reactor. We honestly don't need the power, but there is a byproduct that we need from this fusion reactor. And that byproduct is called neutron fluid. There are different combinations, but essentially if you put deuterium inside the fusion reactor, what you're going to get is neutron fluid. There are better combinations, but I think then you're going to need 2 fusion reactors. And since I really love this mod, I thought the less reactors we have, the more special they're going to be. So we go with DD fuel, not DT fuel. Okay, since we are approaching the end of the series, I thought maybe we should also do some building, and building requires a lot of digging, so I made myself a primal crusher. This is from Thaumcraft. It's basically a hammer, so it does a 3x3, it's also a pick, it's also a shovel, and obviously an excavator. That was not dirt. This is dirt. And it also has auto mending on it, so yeah. We don't have to repair it. But before we get to the fusion reactor, there is one more thing that we need to do. I need to have some sort of a super smelter. You know, I'm trying to make 5000 plating, and you might notice that we're actually stuck on graphite ingot. I'm always stuck on things that I have to smelt, so we're going to do something about it. I just set the patterns for the ultimate furnace, and let's see if we can have 2 of them. We can. Cool. That was fast. And honestly speaking, I'm not really sure, but I think these guys are instant. It's not. I've been cheated. Wait a minute. That was a huge waste of resources. Maybe I should have paid attention. We're going to have a furnace from AE2, some overclocker upgrades. And are you faster? You seem to be faster. Huh. And that was just like 12 overclocker upgrades, and that's it. Well, obviously we're not going to go with the ultimate furnace. We're just going to go with the electric furnace from AE2 with 20 speed upgrades, and well, the speed is amazing. The speed is actually much faster than what the AE2 can handle, so if I give it 1 stack of sand, there it goes. At first I thought maybe I should have a chest buffer, but this is fast enough. I don't know, if I wanted to go faster, I can always have a chest as a buffer. Of course, there's always a thing that if we specify 64 sand equals 64 glass, and I don't know, put that in the interface, see what happens. Yeah, it's not pumping the items fast enough. But I mean, in a few seconds I got 800. Almost 1000. Okay. I think it's fast enough. Actually, I did put the wrong pattern in. 64 works. Amazingly fast. It's just that we're not exporting it fast enough, so maybe we should do something with the ejector upgrade. We want it to be the top side. Go in. Oh, it's done. I don't know. Let's make 10,000 more glass. Yeah, this is super fast. I'm happy with this. It's making almost 100 per second. So let us get back to our fusion reactor. We're going to provide it with deuterium so that we will get neutron fluid, correct? We are already producing deuterium from mechanism over here, but we're not going to use that one because we need it in order to make the actual DT fuel from mechanism. It is required for the endgame crafting, so we're not really gonna do that. Instead, we're going to have a massive setup for making deuterium from nuclear craft itself. For getting deuterium from the electrolyzer from advanced rocketry, which seems to be faster, does require heavy water. So we need to go with the normal electrolyzer. I don't know, let's get 12. Oops, we didn't have a pattern. It's fine. And since this is nuclear craft, let's get a few thousand upgrades. First off, what you see in front of you is not really necessary, we're just trying to be a bit fancy. We have 12 electrolyzers, 12 dense infinite water sources, and we're getting tons of deuterium. I have already configured all the machines, so we're voiding excess fluids and we're only extracting deuterium. And I really want the fluid itself to be visible, so we're just gonna hide an ender tank down there, you know, like so. 1 more pipe and 1 servo. Each tank has a capacity of 4000 buckets, so that's a decent backlog of deuterium. And that's probably an overkill of deuterium. Holy, we have like 400 buckets. Also, I'm not really sure how big the reactor is going to be. Maybe we go with, I don't know, 9x9? Is that even a thing? Well, we are in the center of the chunk, so we can go up to here. Yes, 15x15. That's a good number. So for making the fusion reactor, we just need like 3 blocks. One is the controller, one is the fusion connector, and the final one is the fusion electromagnet, which is being produced. This one was a bit expensive. This is centered with our device over there, so we should be able to have 3 fusion connectors on each side. This is why I made 12 of them. And then we just need to have a ring of electromagnets. Again, we're not doing this for power, just for neutron fluid. All I'm trying to say is that efficiency is not really a concern. Yeah, actually the size seems to be good. And by being good, I mean everything fits within 1 chunk. Also, we are allowed to use glass so that we would be able to see the plasma, but I think it's going to be laggy. Should we try that? Yeah, you just need glass. Okay. If it's laggy, we just remove it. It's fine. This is our fusion reactor with 1 layer of glass. So the deuterium that goes inside the buffer goes into an ender tank, and if we just dig under the reactor, we can have one more ender tank and one superlaminar fluid duct. And obviously one servo. Why did I make them? We were getting them from the beans. But yeah, we're getting deuterium. We don't want to prevent the input overflow because we want deuterium in both input tanks. Void the leftover, void the output overflow. So now the other thing is, we need to power these electromagnets. Well, we can do it wirelessly, I guess, like that. Yeah, it's being charged up. But I guess we can also be fancy, a bit. These are ultimate energy cubes from Mechanism. We're going to provide them with some power wirelessly, obviously. And then they're going to output into the electromagnets, and in order to power everything, we use cryostabilized flux ducts, because they look cool. We shall just have one ring around the entire fusion reactor. You know, symmetry is important, always. So this should power this electromagnet, and this one, we need to power the other two. Later on we also have to cool down the reactor, but I just want it to run for a few seconds to see if it's laggy or not. But all the electromagnets have power, all of them are green, and now the reactor itself is going to need some power. Yes, you need power in order to make power, which is weird. Ignore the limit. 27 million RF. And it's heating up. And we're getting neutron fluid. Efficiency is garbage, but if we give it a redstone signal, it should turn off. Yep, heat is dropping. I'm assuming the faster and more efficient the reactor is going to work, we are going to get more neutron fluid. By more, I just mean that it's going to be 5 millibuckets, but at faster iterations. Where's the plasma? Plasma is nice, and it's not laggy. Okay, let's turn it off, because we also want to cool it down. So for cooling it down, obviously we should be able to use coolers with water. That is what the mod developer actually recommends, but we're going to do something else. Because I'm stupid. I want to do stupid things. We're going to use liquid helium. If you actually come to the mod options, you go to nuclear craft, you select fusion configs, you can see all the fluids that you can use in order to do active cooling. The first one is going to be water, default is 400 units of heat. But if you use liquid helium, which is the 8th one, I think it gives you like 43,000 units. That's a good number. We do that. Also, technically speaking, we just need one bucket of neutron fluid in order to make the creative tank, and then we can have infinite amounts of neutron fluid. But I really want to try and use some of that in order to make some neutronium ingots, but if it's not fast enough or there is a problem, we can always go with the mystical agriculture seed. So let us get some helium. First, we are going to need some helium collectors. We have already made one, and I think that was on episode 1. But in order to make the dense helium collector, we're going to miss a bunch of items. Thorium 230. This is nuclear craft. When you search for something, you get like 50 different items, but we want this guy. Not the oxide, just you. We get it in a decay hastener from uranium 238. We have that isotope of uranium on auto crafting, and it should be relatively fast, hopefully. It's not bad. So we just need a decay hastener, and we're missing everything. But that is fine. Now we have it. Our decay hastener is active, and it's making us thorium 230. Very fast. Incredibly fast. So we should be able to have a few helium collectors. So I don't really know how many of them we need. Let's go with 6. Maybe? It took me a while to craft the 6 helium collectors, but we have all of them, which is perfect. The problem is that this is not the helium that we want. The helium that we want has to be super cooled. And I'm not really sure how fast it's going to be, so let us check. Some upgrades. We might need to go faster. Or we might need to have more helium. Well, just in case, let us order, I don't know, 10 more? Oops, what? Zirconium. Fear not, we have 400 stacks. Again, we don't really have to do this, and I'm not even sure if it's gonna work, but I have made some active coolers. They have to be mirroring the center, so if I put one here and one down there, I can put one here and one here. I'm not doing this very scientifically because we just need to cool it by 5000 Kelvin. And I do have a feeling that the liquid helium is going to do way more than that. But let us check. So, one supercooler, the upgrades, as much helium as we can give it. Oops, you come with me. And that should go inside the coolers. Is it going in? No, it's going in. We needed a servo. So let us run the reactor and see how it goes. Shouldn't you get some sort of an information on how much you're cooling the reactor? Ah, active cooling 6600 Kelvin. I don't really care how efficient it's going to be, so maybe we roll with that. Besides, I do really love the fluid ducts. We can see different fluids going into the reactor. That is deuterium, this is liquid helium, and I guess this is plasma? And I'm already extracting the neutron fluid. You see, it's going into a tank. This is a bit stupid, but what we're going to do is that we're going to have a dense helium collector, obviously. Then we're going to have our supercooler. We shall give it power and all the upgrades. Then here's what we're going to do. We're going to link it with a phantom connector to that phantom liquid phase. Like so. Do you know why we are doing that? Good question. This is a cube, it does have 6 sides, now we should be able to cover all the 6 sides. Yeah, that should be a decent supply of liquid helium, but we will have 2 of them for symmetry purposes. The reactor is so efficient that it's starting to get inefficient. That's not great. What's happening? Why is it jumping? Okay, if you turn it on, then it's fine. We are cooling it down by 1000%. Amazing. I guess we just let it run? Maybe it's a bit too cool, because we really want it to rotate a bit faster. And yes, theoretically, if we had another fusion reactor, we could have used the tritium and the deuterium that we're producing, and that would have been a much better yield for neutron fluid. But it's fine, I'm not picky. The reactor has been running for a while and it has 5% efficiency, it's warming up, but I think we're getting neutron fluid faster. I'm not sure though. I mean, so far the result is like 3.5 ingots, which is literally garbage. So I was thinking, what if we try to make a creative tank? We won't be able to finish it today, but at least we should be able to start working on the recipe. Oh, and by the way, the reason that I'm saying we won't be able to finish it today is that you need black hole tanks, which needs a black hole talisman, which does require Gaia spirits, which we don't have. And also, most importantly, you're going to need a bajillion different types of fluid, as well as a chaos shard. You can dupe it. Didn't know you can dupe it. Can you make it? Shame. But here is the point. We do need to have the creative tank in order to make the creative vending upgrade. With this, the pack is already done, but I might need to have more than one fluid tank, the creative one. So I guess the question is, how many do we want? 5? If that is the case, let us try to get, I don't know, 100 ultimate ingots? What are we missing? Ooh, 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 oh, ow. Horologium! I didn't miss you, but believe it or not, I can get rid of you. We sleep. I came to our desert base, we have 1.5 stacks of alchemical brass, and I'm now making thaumium. Thaumium does require a lot of percantio, and unfortunately we are running out. There are different ways of getting that, but my applied energistic system is not working. Now it's back online. Anyways, I was going to say that apparently Dragon Bone is not that bad. Gives you 2. Actually Silas Mundus gives you 5. Never mind. Dragon Bone was good for mortars when I was making liquid death. Well, I'm here, I'm crafting ingots, so we might as well fight the Guardian of Gaia. We have tons of health, what can go wrong? I have been really hoping to do this in front of, I don't know, maybe a minigun? Not for the Guardian of Gaia, obviously, for the mobs that he's going to spawn. So, the beacon goes there. I think it was a 3-block gap, something like that. Let's not mess it up. No, I was correct. So it does seem that we have a weird terror steel. We used that one. Well, it worked. Holy, I do that much damage. I'm amazing. I do get withered. Those guys are great. Mr. Guardian, you're gonna die. Lovely. So if that is the case, that's not how you make that. How do you make the Gaia Spirit ingot? Oh, it's not that bad. Let's get a few. We just need to craft some mana dust. Here we go again. Guardian of Gaia 2. He's gonna give me the Ring of Odin. I hate yellow hearts. Is the thing. So I forgot, because of our nanobot beacon, we're not really taking any damage. I do get withered, but nothing happens. He died. Without going into the second phase. Ring of Loki. Odin, please. Come on, you're almost dead. Thank you. Ring of Odin. Oh, come on. I just remembered, since we're not taking any damage, did you know there is an advancement if you kill the Guardian of Gaia without wearing any armor? So we're going to cheat a bit with our nanobot beacon. Would be funny if he doesn't even go to the second phase. He might. I'm just saying. Okay, he did. We're gonna get the achievement. Hopefully. No? Oh, I was wearing my boots. It's fine, I'll try it again. But Ring of Odin? Oh, come on. Forgot that without my boots. Oh, he died. But we got the achievement. Slay the Guardian of Gaia without wearing any armor. At any point. Aha! We got it. I dropped my dice. Ring of Odin? No, I'll get it, don't you worry. I got it. I think this is the 5th one? Well, we do need to have a few more Gaia spirits, so I'm going to fight him a few more times. I just wanted to mention, yeah, the Ring of Odin was the final one. I really think they do that on purpose, I'm not really sure. I'm back from our desert base, and I think now we should be able to make 100 ultimate ingots. Still no. Oh, Palace crystals. The thing is, this is one of those items that I never ever automated because I thought it's not necessary. Maybe we should. Because it's easy to craft. I don't know why you should. But can I have 100 ultimate ingots? Finally, yes. 100 was probably an overkill. We just need like 1 stack and 16. This is one of those things which is going to take a fair bit of time, so in the meantime, let us get 5 crystalline catalyst, because what we want to do is to start making some singularities. What did I place you over there? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have started with the first 4 singularities: coal, iron, lapis, and redstone. I'm not really sure how many singularities we need, but essentially we are going to need, I think, 11 infinity catalysts, so that is 11 singularities. You know, because we just need to make 1 infinity ingot, we put it in a creative tank, then we get infinite amounts of infinity ingots, correct? But then we are also going to need 2 ultimate singularities, and it doesn't have any other uses. So that's a total of 13 singularities? Some of them might have other uses, I'm not really sure. Well, we make as much as we can, who cares? Resources are almost infinite. The problem is that we're not making blocks of coal, redstone, and lapis that fast. Yeah, you see, that is the maximum speed. Is there any other blocks? Well, glowstone. In not too complicated too, I think what we did is that we made crafters from RF tools. Let's try to do that. We have so many crafters. Let's get 10. I think what we should be able to do is to have 2 export buses like so. We give them speed upgrades. We ask one of them to export coal, that should go inside the crafter, that is perfect. Then we just make blocks. We will have more recipes and put it on fast. So if I give you power, are you going to be way faster than AE2? Oh yeah. Okay, if that is the case, we can actually have a very temporary setup, like so. Basically until we would be able to finish the singularities. AE2 is also warming up, so now it's exporting the coal faster. That's good. The question is it going to go any faster? Maybe it does, because we're losing blocks of coal. I personally prefer to gain blocks of coal, so we will have 1 more export bus. It's being significantly faster. And this time we're gaining blocks of coal. That is what I wanted. I have to do the same thing with redstone. It's gonna take time to warm up, but yeah, this is also redstone. Alright guys, there is one bit of a problem which I really wanted to address earlier, but now it's becoming into an actual problem. Destabilized redstone. Machines do work really fast in this mod pack, but unfortunately I just realized we're out of uranium in the reactor, which is kind of important, we need it for cyanide. But as I was saying, one of our problems is destabilized redstone and it's not being produced fast enough. So here's what we're going to do. Somewhere. How many channels do I have here? Okay, 5 on this. So maybe we can have an ender chest over there. We're going to paint it, I don't know, red, red, red. We're going to export redstone inside with some acceleration cards. Good. And we are going to have 3 magma crucibles like so. We're going to provide them with some redstone, hopefully. Ignore the quantum compressor, I was out of blocks. But anyways, what we're going to get is some destabilized redstone. That should go inside a reinforced drum and we should have now a decent buffer. Good. At this very moment, destabilized redstone is not a huge problem. The problem starts when we want to make singularities. Because there is a flux electron singularity and well, making it is not the fastest thing in the world. So now if we get 1 more liquid phase, I think what we should be able to do is to link this fluid transposer to that. You know, we just put it here. And link it, we give you the ender tank and 1 ender conduit, which I forgot. Yeah, something like this. So now if I order, I don't know, 1000 flux electron, this should be relatively fast. You see, the problem is the redstone, that's it. And now that we have a buffer, it's now keeping up. It's actually keeping up really fast. Moving on, the efficiency of the reactor has increased to 70%. I think it's rotating a bit faster now. Yeah, you can see it. But the production of neutron fluid has not increased. And we have like 12 buckets. We're going to use 5 of them for the creative tank. That is going to be the first item in the recipe. Again, it's not going to be finished today, so I'm not very hopeful. I have ordered some resonant cell frames. We're missing 2 of them, but that goes over here. There are so many buckets and it doesn't really stack, so I'm doing it like this. We need 1 more. Come on. What's the holdup? Oh, it's being crafted, okay. Now that we have fought the Guardian of Gaia, what we should be able to do is to make some black hole talisman. Oh, we need ender air. That's actually the easiest thing that you can get. You just have to right click whenever you're in the end with a bottle. I think you can also use a dispenser, but this is fine. So we need black hole tanks. It doesn't have to be rubber, it can be plastic. And I'm sure that the talisman itself is not going to stack. What happened? Ooh, the bottles. Yes. So make me 1 talisman. Oh, you're crafting elementium. That's not great. Oh, you crafted that. Thank you. So we put the talisman manually. I do have the ultimate fluid tank on auto crafting, so let's do that one manually as well. And this is called gray plastic. Wait, why didn't it work? It's not working in the recipe. Gray plastic is going to be a pain, but we have to automate it today. But let's see if it's going to recognize the tank. No, but you don't let me put it in. Ultimate fluid tank. No. What if we enable substitutions? Now it recognized it, that's good. Actually, before we address the plastic issue, which is essentially HDPE, we have another issue. We're running out of coal. I had 1.5 million coal and there's 169,000 left. So we have 21 singularities. Is that going to be enough? So 2 ultimate singularities, that means that we're going to need 2 of each and every singularity. Then we need the infinity catalyst, which is 11 of them. There's nothing more, right? Oh, there is. So you need 11, 13 just for the infinity ingot, 15, 17, 18, and 19. That's it, right? Ah, the infinity boots do not require any catalyst. Okay, so 21 is good. We can change one of the singularities to glowstone. And if redstone is ready, we just wait for one more. Well, actually, we don't need to. We do have a backlog. We're going to change the crafter for it. And I don't know how to make a block of glowstone. Okay, it's like that. So iron singularity is also ready. We move to gold. We do have 21 redstone singularities, but let us make one more. We do that manually, it's fine. And then I have to switch it with diamonds. Okay, so ethylene was not a problem. We already have it, and we already have HDPE, the pellet. And yes, I have already set up the patterns. It's actually very compact because the reason for that is we're already making hydrogen and oxygen over there, so I'm just using a quantum entangloporter. But one thing that I did not know, or I don't know, maybe I messed something up, is that you actually get extra ethylene. I mean, it's fine for me. I have an ultimate gas tank which we need to fill it with ethylene so that we would be able to make the creative gas tank frame. But if you don't do that, it actually gets clogged up. Anyways, that was the easy part. We can have our gray plastic. Isn't it nighttime? No. Yes. Now it is nighttime. I have already set the pattern for the gray plastic and we need 20 black hole tanks. I'm not really sure... Oh, what? He just said I accepted that. What a jerk. So I was going to say that I'm not really sure if we need like 5 creative tanks or not. Also, I'm not really sure if this is the best way of making singularities, because if you get the creative tank, then making some of the alloys is going to be super easy. Anyways, this is the problem. I think I have to make the black hole units one by one because I have to place them down. Now if you look, it says no owner, but if you place it down, the owner is going to be me. Then for some reason the system is able to recognize it. I don't know what's wrong with that. We should be able to have 17, 18. We were missing some gray plastic, so what the hell is this? I don't need liquid oxygen. Also, from the recipe of the creative tank, these are the items that we have so far. Another thing that we should easily get is UU matter. Export to the bottom. Lovely. Remember, we're not wasting any resources. This is UU matter in a tank. We can reuse it if we need to. I mean, if I don't need 5 creative tanks, that's the point. Another super easy item is primal mana, so there you go. We just need to extract. Lovely. I'm missing one. Did I drop it somewhere? Oh yeah, it goes over there. So the other part which is going to cause us a bit of a problem is going to be all of these demonically gargantuan drums. That is 16 drums. That means I need 80 reinforced drums. What are we missing? These are fine. We don't really have a pattern for the diamond wafers, but we can take it from here. It's fine. And the rest of that is double compressed cobblestone, which we already have. We're good. So drum, let's make 100. Lovely. And I have to take care of the singularities. This is glowstone. Does mean we don't really have to make blocks. We're out of lapis. Only 21 singularities. Okay, we'll let that one run for a while. I'm trying not to do seeds. That is one of our problems. Otherwise, getting lapis should be easy. I think for today, we're just gonna finish up the drum. So the demonic drum requires something called a Klein bottle, and that requires bottle of enchanting, which we already have. I think we're getting it from our beans, and also clear glass. This is from Tinkers, and well, I'm making it in the smeltery, but you can also make it through a melter. And yeah, we were out of lapis, so I had to take one of the slot upgrades and make a basin upgrade. We are that poor now, but it's fine, this should be fast enough. Another thing is that maybe we should change this one, because it's incredibly slow. We're wealthy now. Also, I never learned this. A superlaminal fluid duct does work perfectly if pressurized. So is it pressurized? No. I give up, I never understood that. We go with a conduit with speed upgrades. That is instant. The clear glass is ready. I have made thousands of demon ingots. I just dropped them into lava. And I think we need round about 400 plates. Does take a bit of time to melt. Is that natural? I don't really know, but it's nighttime again. What? Can I sleep here? Thank you. I think somebody is down in the corridor. Yes. Zombie farmer. Well, that took ages to melt. I just realized I made a teeny tiny boo-boo. I ordered 100 reinforced drums. And what I want is 100 demonically gargantuan drums. It's a bit of an overkill, I know, but that means we need 199 more reinforced drums. Oh, it's going to use the one which has oxygen. Okay, it's fine. We don't need oxygen. We're just missing the compressed diamond. That is more than 53. Just to let you know, we need 8,000 aluminium plates, 12,000 iron. Cool. Totally unnecessary, but I like the idea. And besides, I have been checking our drives and we have emptied most of them. Look, the ones which are red are the old ones, the 1K, 4K, 16K, you know, the ones that we made early in the series. While I'm waiting for some drums, we also need to melt down a reactor. We need corium. Maybe we should keep one of the fuel. I'm not sure if it was a good idea to do it next to our base. Come on, blow up, yeah? Okay, we're good. The question would be, can we have like 5 buckets? So corium goes over here. I also added just buckets of blood and blazing pyrotium. I got it from the nether. Oh, and the liquid DNA. As for the singularities, most of them are ready. We are up to copper. And we just need 600 more lapis, then we're good. So it's tin, bronze, silver. Bronze is going to be a bit of a problem. We have to craft it. We need, I don't know, 170,000? I think we should be able to craft them in the badges of 50,000. Yeah, it's incredibly fast using Ender IO, so I don't really care. I have wonderful news. Lapis is literally done. I helped it a bit with our digital miner, but not by much. So we don't need to export lapis anymore. And I guess now we should be able to just export lead, which is the next singularity. Out of the list that you see in front of you, we're up to here. 2 rows. And yeah, some of them are going to be a problem. But on another note, I'm still waiting for my drums. I don't need it to be finished, I just need 20 more. I had to AFK a bit until our drums are ready, and yes, most of the singularities are ready. We're waiting for bronze, and we're waiting for lead. Then the first 2 rows are going to be finished. And that is 150,000 bronze that I have crafted. It's relatively fast. And I have been looking up ahead, and yes, our next singularity is going to be Constantine, which this is the speed that we're making it. So if you plan ahead, it's actually not that bad. Anyways, the important thing is that we have 100 drums. I think that goes something like this. Yep. You see, the creative tank is relatively cheap. It's just a bajillion different buckets, that's it. And yes, I did notice we need 4 ultimate catalysts per creative tank. That is a whole lot of ultimate ingots. I do have the pattern for it. We need 20? That's not the one. This is the one. Okay, it's not that bad. We need 100 void metal and a bit of thaumium and a bit of brass. That should be manageable. And worst comes to worst, I just craft a seed. Don't you worry. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.